How you doing? I'm Bill, and this is my shop. Today, I'm going to teach you about these engines. An engine is a machine for creating thermal energy into mechanical energy. The beauty of an engine is that it takes the linear energy of the piston and creates it into rotational energy at the end of the axle. This rotational energy is nice because it can be used to power such things as cars and lawnmowers. Engines come in all different sizes. Engines are measured in cubic centimeters of displacement. These two engines to my right have 200 cc's of displacement, and this engine to my left has 160 cc's. Engine power is measured in horsepower. These two engines to my right have 6.5 horsepower, and this engine to my left has 5 horsepower. Is there any oil in here? Because This specific engine is an overhead valve engine. That means the valves are on top of the cylinder head, which is this piece here. This is the intake manifold where the fuel and air mixture enters the engine. This valve opens and closes to let the air and fuel mixture in. This valve opens and closes to let the exhaust out the exhaust manifold, which is located here. This is the spark plug. The spark plug sparks directly after the compression stroke. The spark ignites the air-fuel mixture, sending the piston downwards. This is the cylinder head. It encases the piston and is where the explosion happens. This is the top of the head. And these are the valves, exhaust and air, which, when pushed down by the connecting rods, open and closed. This is the piston. This chamber is where the actual explosion happens when the spark ignites the air-fuel mixture. Every time the piston goes up or down, it's called a stroke. We'll be taking apart the crankcase now. The crankcase is where the transfer of motion takes place. This is the crankcase that contains the innards of the engine. This is the crankshaft and this is the camshaft. The camshaft, as its name states, has 2 cams on it that push the connecting rods for the valves up and down. This is a camshaft which is machined to perfection. These cams, when spun, push this metal piece upwards, opening the valves that are located up here. This is the connecting rod that connects the piston to the crankshaft. When the piston goes down, the rod goes down, sending the crankshaft downwards. This is where linear motion is turned into rotational motion. The piston starts at the top, the intake valve opens, and the piston moves down to let the engine take in a cylinder full of air and gasoline. This is the intake stroke. Only the tiniest drop of gasoline needs to be mixed into the air for this to work. Then, the piston moves back up to compress this fuel and air mixture. Compression makes the explosion more powerful. When the piston reaches the top of its stroke, it emits a spark to ignite the gasoline. The gasoline charged in the cylinder explodes, driving the piston down. Once the piston hits the bottom of its stroke, the exhaust valve opens and the exhaust leaves the cylinder to go out the tailpipe. Now the engine is ready for the next cycle, so it intakes another charge of air and gas.